So this piece is, it's beautiful and it's heartbreaking at the same time. It's very timely, and I'm glad that it's not in a deeper, richer detail, because I think it would be even harder to experience and take in, because the subject matter would be even more heart-wrenching. It's crushing my soul. It just hurts me, and I'm sure it would hurt anybody who has a heart or a soul to look at it. And so I selected this piece for honorable mention because of the way the artist depicted light. White is very difficult to deal with when you have most of your subject matter within the picture plane white. And this artist handled that very well. And this piece just glows from within, you know, and even though it's in a white frame, on a white wall, it's still, the light just kind of comes from the center outward. And that's something that's very difficult to do. So I selected this piece for an honorable mention because of the element of surprise, as well as the element of depth and the handling of linear perspective here in this surrealist piece. It draws you deep into the focal point here while pushing you out again at the same time, so that you're wondering what's happening in here and in here with the COVID-19 virus, and then coming back out again to the world. And like, the more you look at it, the more you see, and the more it makes you think. I stood in front of this for quite a while, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. You can just look at this for such a long time. And many of the pieces that artists created, that I've seen online and that I've seen my fellow artists over at the Whittier Art Association create during the shutdown, were more dark. And this one's not dark. This is not dark. It's very interesting. And it's, as an artist and an art educator, I've been thinking about all of the new things that we learned. We learned so many things about ourselves and about the way that we move about in this world through the shutdown and through this pandemic. And I'm wondering if this artist is thinking the same thing, that we are learning to innovate and do things in new ways because we were forced to do it. And now we need to continue to innovate those in those ways. So I was impressed by the thought process here too. One for honorable mention because of the mood and the tone and the nostalgia. We have, we've had this rhetoric in the media about the way things were, and this is an image that represents nostalgia, and it's not a shiny, polished image of the way things were. It's broken and it's run down, and it's the past. The past is the past, and we need to move on. Today is today, and we're moving towards tomorrow. So I selected this one for third place because of the element of movement. The artist masterfully depicted the wind moving the tree and moving through the lavender and all the brushwork through here as it, changing direction. And I can hear it. I can feel the wind moving through all of the foliage and the plant elements in this piece, and the way that the line work divides up the space in this piece is beautiful. And even though it's a smaller piece, it's something that draws the viewer deep into that space. So I was really impressed by the way the artist handled the brushwork and line work and color to draw me into that piece. So for attention to detail, but also for invention. This one has, it's a surrealist piece, and you know, surrealism has so much fantasy and so much, so many elements of the unexpected. And this piece has all of that. And there's so much depth and illusion. There's elements of the stage and theatrics in this piece. And even though the spatial relationships are off because it's intentional and it's surrealism, the attention to the detail in the tree and in the figure, the car, the face, the perspective, the ship, like everything is realistic. But then the juxtaposition of those things that are not supposed to be together, you know, that's what makes it surrealism. So I was like, yes, that's gotta be a selection too. There's so many things here that are, so much art here that is wonderful. And I was saying it's easy to select the ones that I'm drawn to, but it's hard to rank them. It's very difficult to rank. So I selected this one for first place of the attention to detail, not only in the skin tone and in the differences between the textures of the flesh and the hair, but also for the differences in the textures from the beadwork and the stitching and the colors and the designs in the fabric. There, even in the piece that's in her hair here, and there's just so much attention to detail here. And then the look in the sitter's eye is just, she's drawing you in. It's such a soft and realistic portrait. As soon as I turned around the corner and she just drew me right in, and I was like, oh, that's the one. So that's why I chose that one as first.